Righty. Well, I just want to thank everybody for showing up in this today in this weather. And I mean, just a commitment for everybody to know how important apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship is, and especially really to provide more folks, underserved populations into our registered apprenticeship populations, into our programs. Definitely trying to get more women and non-binary individuals into our apprenticeship program. So thank you for attending the announcement of the Equal Representation in Construction Apprenticeship Grants administered by the California Department of Industrial Relations and the Division of Apprenticeship Standards. Today on Equal Pay Day, we are distributing $25 million to increase opportunities in the construction industry for women, non-binary, and underserved communities by covering the costs of childcare and bolstering outreach. The grants funds will support projects that align with Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act programs, which implement co-enrollment strategies, braid other program funding, provide supportive services, and create on-ramps to career pathways for California's women, veterans, justice involved, youth, people with disabilities, people of color, and dislocated workers, including those impacted by COVID-19. I am Eric Rude, the Chief of the Department of Industrial Relations Division of Apprenticeship Standards. We consult with employers to develop a skilled workforce by establishing innovative apprenticeship programs that offer training to create a career pathways for all Californians. I want to take a minute to provide some larger context for this initiative and how it plays into the workforce development strategy at the state. Apprenticeship is a time-tested education and employment model that allows learners to earn money while acquiring valuable skills, experience, credentials, and professional connections while providing employers with the talent they need to get the job done. California is focusing on apprenticeship. We see how it has provided pathways into family-sustaining wages and fulfilling careers, not only in the building trades, but also in other industries like healthcare and technology, and many different sectors of the economy. 4 years ago, Governor Newsom announced an ambitious goal to serve 500,000 apprentices by 2029, and we are working hard to meet this goal. Today's announcement is a key part of that expansion. Careers in building and construction trades provide a chance for meaningful work and excellent pay and benefits, and don't require a traditional college degree. And today on Equal Pay Day, it is important to note that construction also has one of the country's narrowest pay gaps. Female construction workers earn about 95% of their male workers' median pay, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. However, we have a real problem with representation. Women make up less than 3.5% of all construction apprentices. Other demographic groups such as justice involved, at-risk youth, people with disabilities, veterans, and people of color are also underrepresented. Not only will the new state funding support access and equity in the construction industry, but will also meet its urgent need for skilled workers. This funding is just one of many ways we are working to develop that pipeline and build the workforce of the future. Stay tuned as we make exciting announcements in the near future. And now I'd like to bring up our director, Katie Hagan. Katie, give you a little background of Katie. She's amazing, has over 26 years in civil service leadership. Katie's held various roles. She was appointed by Governor Newsom in March of 2020, right as the pandemic was starting, and has done an amazing job navigating the Department of Industrial Relations through the COVID. Obviously, the Department of Industrial Relations is quite large, with Cal OSHA being a part of the department, the Labor Commissioner's Office, the whole workers' comp system, and of course the Division of Apprenticeship Standards. So she's held various roles in state government. She was the Chief Deputy Director at the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration. She was the Deputy Director of Operations at the California Department of Human Resources. She was the Chief of Human Resources at the California Public Employees Retirement System, and she was the Deputy Director at the California Correctional Healthcare Services and the Assistant Deputy Director of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So that's a mouthful. So quite a amount of an amazing history. And at this time, I would like to bring up Director Hagan.
Great. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Eric, for the kind. We went in the Wayback Machine there with a couple of those roles and corrections. It was a long time ago. But I do want to thank you all for being here today on such an important day, Equal Pay Day. Women in Construction has been a focus this month. It's Women's History Month. I mean, it's a huge month and it's pouring outside. So I just want to thank you all for coming and joining us today. I'm really very, very excited to be part of this announcement of $25 million in grant funds, which we refer to as the ERICA grant, not to be confused with Eric Rude, the head of DAS. ERICA actually stands for the Equal Representation in Construction Apprenticeship Grant. And as you may know, one of our core goals within the Department of Industrial Relations is to promote the state's apprenticeship program, which is an amazing earn and learn training model used in a variety of industries and one that I've been a part of for many, many years in various roles. As an example, apprentices graduating from a construction apprenticeship program can expect an annual wage of $75,000 per year or more. There aren't very many jobs where you finish your training program and you can earn such a high wage. But unfortunately, as Eric mentioned, women and non-binary individuals are underrepresented in the construction industry and make up a little more than 3.5% of all construction apprentices. If you've talked to women in the industry, they will likely share the challenge of finding affordable and accessible childcare as a significant barrier. I tell the story that I spent a weekend early on in my tenure at DIR reading reports done over the years about women in construction and the challenges that they faced. And they all said the same thing. About a decade's worth of reports all cited the same barriers. One at the top of the list was childcare. So I'm very happy to say that a significant portion of this funding will be dedicated to parents experiencing childcare issues. The first category of funding is for supportive resources for childcare, which will go to DAS registered construction, pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship programs that are hiring parents with childcare challenges. Construction apprenticeship programs registering apprenticeship graduates for parents with childcare challenges may receive up to $10,000 per apprentice. For those participating in the 4 to 6 week pre-apprenticeship program, a childcare stipend may be provided up to $5,000 per person. The second category of funding will help bolster outreach and community building to better support women, non-binary, and underserved communities interested in a career in the building and construction industry. A total of 38 applications were received. We were thrilled to get this much interest, and 27 were awarded, equating to a 71% award rate. Of the 25 unique entities that applied, 76% were awarded. The grantees span across the Bay Area, Central Valley, Inland Empire, LA, SAC North, and San Diego regions, and 31% of the funds going towards statewide initiatives. Grantees support a wide range of trade professions, including carpenters, electricians, plumbers, pipe fitters, steam fitters, sheet metal workers, cement masons, and concrete finishers, structural iron and steel workers, heating, air conditioning, and refrigeration mechanics, and more. In summary, we're very pleased to be sharing these grantees today on Equal Pay Day and congratulate all our recipients. We look forward to seeing these programs come to life in the coming months, and I hope you will agree that by increasing the representation of women and non-binary individuals in construction, apprenticeship, and pre-apprenticeships, we can create a more inclusive and welcoming environment for everyone in the construction industry. I'm now going to yield the mic back to Eric, who will announce the organizations receiving the grants for their communities. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Director Hagan. Wow, this is really exciting. And first and foremost, our grant awards varied in sizes from $140,000 up to $3 million to these organizations. I'm going to go ahead and announce in alphabetical order of the organizations that are receiving the ERICA grants. First is the Associated General Contractors Construction Education Foundation, the California Labor Federation, the Carpenters Trust Training Trust Fund for Northern California, Cerritos Community College, Construction Trades Workforce Initiative, the Fresno Area Workforce Investment Corporation, the Los Angeles Orange County Building Trades Council, the Los Angeles Orange County Building Trades Council's Apprenticeship Readiness Fund is total there. Mission Hiring Hall from the San Francisco Building Trades, North Bay Building Trades Introduction Program, which is a registered pre-apprenticeship program, the National Electrical Contractors Association and the International Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Electrical Workers, right? Inland Training Fund, Paving the Way Foundation, People Working Together, Incorporated here in Sacramento, San Diego Electrical Training Trust, the State Building and Construction Trades Council, Tradeswomen Inc., West Cal Academy, Women in Non-Traditional Employment Roles, Winter, and Working Partnerships USA. So we want to give a round of applause to all of our awardees. And at this time, I would love to have the awardees come up, and we're going to present a check for $25 million. I understand we don't have all the awardees here today, but
everyone will get a giant check.
And not everyone will get, everyone's going to get a piece of this $25 million check.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah, that's your. All righty. We'll give everyone a chance to get back in their seats. I just want to thank everybody for accepting the challenge to advance the construction industry by including all workers, first and foremost. I would like to let you know, now let you hear from a couple of our awardees. First, I want to introduce you to Meg Vasey. She is the Executive Director for Tradeswomen Inc., and I would like her to share how her vision and passion to get more women and non-majors into the construction trades a little bit more. So without further ado, Ms. Meg Vasey.
Good morning, everyone, and I apologize for not being able to be there in person this morning, but I'm thrilled to be here. And I wish to thank Chief Rood and the honorees in the Labor Department, as well as the state legislature of California for providing this funding and launching this tremendously important initiative on a statewide level. As Secretary Hagan noted, it's Equal Pay Day today, and apprenticeship provides the opportunity for blue-collar women to come forward and excuse me, and create economic security for themselves through apprenticeship and to combat occupational segregation, which is one of the main contributors to the pay gap between men and women, and also between women of color and their respective male counterparts. So it is with great pride that I am representing Tradeswomen Inc. today. But not only do I represent Tradeswomen Inc., but I also represent a woman who was able, through apprenticeship, to bring herself into a position of economic security and leadership in this industry. For more than 40 years ago, I joined the IBEW apprenticeship program in Contra Costa County, and I graduated from apprenticeship and worked with the tools for more than 20 years. This allowed me to support my family and to then go back to school and create another career path for myself in advocacy, which I pursue today. Without the support of organizations such as Tradeswomen Inc., I would not have been able to finish my apprenticeship nor continue in the trades. And I am so proud today to be able to work to further this opportunity for the women of California. I am proud of the career and skills in the construction trades industry. Today's Erica Grant for Tradeswomen Inc. will allow us to launch 3 statewide programs concentrating on a comprehensive marketing campaign, providing real tools and getting those tools into the pre-apprenticeship and pre-apprenticeship programs' hands to be more successful in reaching out to women and non-binary populations that really are still in the dark about the opportunities that the construction trades offer. We will also be able to work with contractors, public agencies, as well as our union and apprenticeship counterparts to work to improve workplace culture, to create a more respectful and safer workplace for all workers, which will enhance the retention of women and non-binary, but also all apprentices coming into the industry and create, as we hope, a safer work site and a more welcoming industry for everyone in the construction careers. We will also be able to create a statewide outreach of with regional tradeswomen conferences to bring tradeswomen of different construction trades together in smaller groups to support each other. As Ms. Hagan noted, women are still under 4% of the construction industry, which means even after they achieve journey level status, they are often the only woman on the job. And this sense of isolation makes it difficult for them to sustain their careers. And we have found as one of the major barriers and one of the ways that we can support women is to bring them together to work together to support themselves in their careers. We are really, really proud of this initiative. We are really grateful to the state of California, to the Department of Industrial Relations, and to the Division of Apprenticeship Standards for administering these grants and for partnering with us and all the other partners to create a tremendous statewide effort. We also note that while we were not a recipient or an applicant for the childcare services, these services will go a long way to ameliorating a tremendously important barrier for many in the construction industry and allow men and women to create a much more secure start for themselves in the industry while they create the economic security that we know the workers of California deserve. And we are really, really, again, grateful and proud and ready to get going. Thank you, Chief Rude, and I yield back.
Thank you, Meg. I mean, obviously, Meg is passionate about getting more women into the building construction trades. We hold our quarterly meetings with the California Apprenticeship Council every end of January, end of April, end of July, and every end of October. And we have a subcommittee, equal employment in apprenticeships. And we're right now delving in with Meg's help. We also have some dedicated staff at the Division of Apprenticeship Standards, really looking at how we can make an impact. We're going to be looking at programs that have done it well, and we're going to be highlighting those programs. So stay tuned in future newsletters and what have you. And we're really going to look at the impact of these Erica grants as we move forward. And so we're really excited about that. Now, I have an honor to introduce you to Cindy Brown. She's the Chief Operating Officer at the nonprofit People Working Together, who works tirelessly for our underserved populations here in Sacramento. They run a MC3 pre-apprenticeship program, her and her husband, Kevin Brown. And I would like her to come up and say a few words about how People Working Together is changing the lives. And Cindy, please come on up, give her a hand.
Thank you, Chief Rude. It is such an honor to be here, and I'm so proud of the state of California, DIR, DAS, because this is not just talking the talk, it's walking the walk. And that's so important because there are a lot of folks that understand that there is a struggle out there. There's a struggle out there. And I'm so pleased that we at People Working Together can work directly with the folks that are struggling and give them an opportunity that they otherwise wouldn't have. And so funding like this enables us to continue that work and move forward and expand that work. I didn't come up through the construction industry, but I'm a unicorn in a way that I became an engineer, and this is unique for a person like me. I tick a lot of the boxes in terms of underserved, in terms of person of color, in terms of a woman coming into an industry that is really a man's industry. Okay. And I knew nobody who was an engineer. I knew no one. I accidentally stumbled upon it. I went to college. There was no program. I went to my freshman year not knowing anything about what an engineer was. I just saw that it made money and my family needed money, and I was good in math and science. And that's what brought me there. Everything was very new. I struggled, I fought. And programs such as this that provide a community for women and those that are underserved and people of color and so on, that provide that opportunity to get the exposure is huge. I didn't know what it was. I could have half of my freshman class dropped out the first semester, and I nearly did too, but I knew that I needed to make it no matter what. And so creating that exposure, that awareness, and then the supportive services to be able to go through a program, even not that you're working yet, but a pre-apprenticeship program. Childcare is huge. People Working Together, we've had the opportunity to take hundreds of people through our MC3 course, and we've learned over time the unique challenges that people have and the importance of the supportive services piece. And so we ended up saying, hey, we've got to take this MC3. Yeah, that's learning about construction. That is great. We've got to put other services, wraparound services with that. We have to make sure that we're meeting each person where they are. They have unique needs, and then pulling them together creates a strength. We have one of our students that have gone through here in the audience today, a real success story. You'll see her soon because she'll be speaking at places like this, right, Danielle? And but she's a testimony for us too, to be able to change. She says, change my family's course of life. I've got to have this program because this will change my whole family. And we see these over and over again, whether it's justice involved or people that just have no idea that they can have a career that can support their family. I mean, she's talking about, her house that she's going to be buying here in the next year or two. So it's just amazing work. I really so much appreciate the fact this is just so much our passion work, and the fact that we're able to get real support around that to be able to help others and bring everyone up in the community, that helps our economy, that helps everything for the community and the state. So we're so grateful and thankful. And thank you for hearing me.
Goodness. Thank you, Cindy. I've actually I've done a few graduations with people working together, and they do full service, body, mind, soul. I mean, it's just amazing the work that they do. They bring in a personal trainer because the construction industry is not easy to get their body ready to the impact of actually having a career in construction. Construction's not for everybody. It's I came from 3 generations of construction and I didn't have what it takes. But I have a lot of really admiration. Construction workers are able, I remember my dad taking me to places where he built, and the pride of knowing that you're creating something of value that the whole community can have. And I just want to say to all the women in this room, you can do it. And we're here to support you, and just really thankful. So in closing, I want to highlight also, we've put together in our media pamphlet, and will be on our website as well, construction stories of several amazing women in construction. And we're going to need to get more stories up there as well. We've highlighted their stories in our media pamphlet. The stories are an inspiration to all women and are proof that women can exceed as apprentices, as journey level workers, as leaders, whether it's job foremen, superintendents, owning your own construction company. We're also excited to invest in many great organizations to provide opportunities for women and non-binary people to get quality apprenticeship training in great paying construction careers. Our team at the Division of Apprenticeship Standards, through Katie's leadership at the Department of Industrial Relations, is ready to roll up our sleeves and make an impact on women and non-binary individuals entering into the construction industry. So I want to say thank you today, weathering this amazing storm. Our reservoirs are filling up. I'm really excited about that, but be safe out there as we travel today. I know that there's some wind advisories. So if you're traveling back to the Bay Area or Southern California, Central Valley, or wherever you're headed, be careful. And again, just thank you for the opportunity for allowing us to celebrate this day with you all. So thank you.